Today I bring you a review of an amazing book that I just could not wait to share with you. I finished this book the other day. Without further ado, I bring you Illuminae, the Illuminae Files by Amie Kaufman and Kristof. This is an amazing book, but before we jump right into it, I wanted to tell you a couple of things just in case. First of all, I love the cover. It's plastic, so it definitely does not get in my way of having to buy extra plastic covers for the actual book, so I love it. I also love the fact that it has so many things written into the actual hardcover. So if you don't want to spoil yourselves part of the book, do not read this or the second part on the outside, because the actual cover has parts of the book in it. So if you start reading the cover like I did, it would not make sense in the first place, but as you go along, you realize that it's excerpts from the book. So the second thing that it was very weird about it are these pages, these black pages. And it is amazing because the narrative of the book is done completely through different points of view, and not only different points of view, but the fact that there are compilations of files, transcripts, audio, video, all sorts of things of what happened on this planet and in the galaxy as they try and run from disaster and impending doom. But at the same time, there are things that just happen on a personal level as well. So the book is a completely 5 stars for me. I'm just going to throw that out there in the first place. Now, one thing that I did not like was this thing I'm showing you. And there aren't very many pages like this, so it really doesn't become that annoying, but this you have to read like this. So you have to turn the book around completely to be able to read this part. And this is dialogue of a very important and very central character in the book that I'm not going to spoil for you just yet. So another thing, if you're a reader that you don't, if you're a reader and you don't like to read big books, this one is about 500 pages. This one is one page short of 600 pages. However, do not be stopped by that. Most of this is dialogue. Most of this, it's pages that are completely blank sometimes, and they only have one word in them, i.e. this one right here. It's completely blank, and some of them, see, some of them only have one sentence in both pages. So definitely give it a try. You would not regret it. It is unique. It is very different from anything and everything that I've read, and I'm probably excited about it and excited about the next one because I love the difference so much from books. Did I miss at some point the regular narrative? Yes. Would I change it? No. So without further ado, if you want to see a complete review and overview of Illuminae, just keep watching. Illuminae focus on Cary Grant and Ezra Mason, and they are both in a planet called Kerenza 5, and it's a very small community, it's a very small planet. The population is not as big as any other one in the galaxy, but they have picked the wrong day to break up because their planet is invaded and a lot of people die, and they're trying to fight tooth and nail to get away from all the disaster that is happening around them. So in this part of the book, you're going to see them, in the whole book, you're actually going to see the things that they have to go through to be able to save themselves, to be able to get out of all of this and get to a safe point where they can do a jump. The things are not so very easy. There's a virus that is going to be breaking out. There are machinery that is going to malfunction and completely screw them. And it's going to be a very hard trip for them, where hope is something very, very small and so far in the future that sometimes they lose sight of it. And it's amazing how the whole book is portrayed in a thing that is portrayed in a way that is not first person, but you still know most of the things. And it sort of gives you another message if you don't want things to be read by other people. Seeing as the whole book, it is a compilation of files of some other people that some people did to just realize what was happening and the stories told through them, then just don't put them online. So that's something to think about for today's age as well, even though the book is set light years from today. It's very, very far out in the future. It's definitely out in the galaxy where humans are already a race that can live in the cosmos. So it, again, something very nice to be able to see. And I'm actually diving right into it, and I'm not a person that likes this sort of book, but this one I loved. So if you don't want any spoilers, just stay right here, read the book. It's going to be amazing. You're going to cry, you're going to be very annoyed, you're going to sit at the edge of your seat all the while trying to read this book, and you cannot wait for the next one to come out because it's so well written, it is so compelling, it tries and it definitely succeeds to give you a story that you won't put down. And last but not least, I definitely recommend for you to not read just don't read it in the Kindle fashion, because there's so much about the book that is going to be lost in the translation to the Kindle. Some of the pages are not the same, some of the structure is not the same when translated into an ebook, some of them got cut, so it is 100% a better experience to actually have the physical book with you. So that is all for you guys today. I've actually thought better of myself, and I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I will be doing a more in-depth review in the blog today, so stay tuned for that if you wanted any spoilers, because I just don't want to spoil it for y'all. You do really need to see it. You really need to experience this book. It was amazing. I definitely recommend it. It's a 5-star for me, and I don't give 5 stars just to any other book. So without further ado, I'll leave you guys and I'll see you in the next review. Bye bye.